Blog Talk Radio.
I was meant to fly. I was living for the day, not caring about tomorrow. Living off what people say and giving all the power to the things that were only gonna bring me to my knees. I saw people turn their backs and leave.
Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the Yvonne Pierre Show on HYH Radio. And I'm your host, Yvonne Pierre.
Well, really, a chronic illness or a chronic condition, what it is, it's an illness that lasts more than a year. Okay, it's not something that we would call an acute illness where, you know, you get the flu and you're over it in a few days or a few weeks. You know, that would be a what they call an acute illness. But a chronic illness, you know, as you noted before, 133 million Americans have at least one. And that's a statistic from 2005, and it's continuing to grow. They determined that by 2030, it'll be over, you know, close to 50% of Americans will have at least one chronic illness. And it's just a continually growing problem. Now, what I don't really want to do is focus on any specific illness, but there's a bunch of different similarities between chronic illnesses. Well, the number one, by the way, chronic illness is hypertension or high blood pressure. So, you know, as we all know, that's not necessarily any kind of a debilitating illness, but that's the number one. But there's respiratory diseases, there's, you know, mental disorders, there's heart disease, there's diabetes, asthma. Those are all different types that we have heard, you know, as well as people can have multiple chronic illnesses. 1 in 4 Americans have more than one chronic illness. And, for example, with my wife, she has at least 3 that I know of, and maybe more. One of the sobering statistics for me is that children have multiple chronic conditions. 1 in 20 have more than one chronic illness. There's an ever-increasing rise. One of the interesting things that we found out is that there's actually a people group where the chronic illness rise is declining in, and that's the senior population.
Tuning in to the Yvonne Pierre Show on HYH Radio. I am your host, Yvonne Pierre. Until next time, be blessed and a blessing to others. Visit us at www.hyhradio.com. Thank you.
Oh, no matter who pushes me, I know I'm not gonna let you. I'm not gonna let you get me down. No, no, no. I was meant to fly over hills and mountains, over lakes and valleys. I was meant to fly.